Mark my words, Toronto FC is going to make the playoffs. Not this season. They don't have a chance. But moving forward, they're going to make the playoffs because this team is just too damn good. Now, they weren't good at the beginning of the year, and that's why they're now in the position they are. But you know, it is what it is. Thanks for coming to my vlog here, talking about Toronto FC. And it's sparked by an article I saw today on the MLS app from James Grossi. And I picked a couple of little excerpts out from it, and here's what he wrote. James wrote, "The playoff hopes took a dent last weekend with the 4-3 loss against CF Montreal under the midway lights of the CNE. Toronto stands 5 points shy of the final berth in the Eastern Conference heading into this weekend's action. The disappointment following the Montreal result was overshadowed by a good run from the club the club has been on. TFC has collected 16 points in their last 9 games, a rate of 1.78 points per game. That is a pace good enough to place them squarely in the top 4 of the conference if sustained for the entire season. At the forefront of the surge has been the performances of Lorenzo Insigne, Federico Bernardeschi, who have combined for 13 goals and 5 assists in their 9 league matches. Toronto has scored 21 over that spell. One idea circulated in the background all season for TFC has been the process of becoming a good team. This season may be ending, but the evolution has just begun. Part of what has been the change is personnel. Insigne, Bernardeschi, Domenico Cristo has garnered much of the spotlight, but the addition of Mark Anthony Kaye, who missed 7 of those 9 matches, will be just as important in the long run. And this is something that I have been harping on, forever. Toronto FC did not have the 3 Italians, did not have Richie Larea at the beginning of this season. And I remember I kept saying to everybody as they were going through their stretch, just wait until July. Wait until Insigne gets here. And then they made the deal with Bernardeschi. And what I kept saying about the Insigne deal was, will it be too late? And it was. It's a fact. Is there anybody here that's going to dispute that? Is there anybody that can look at Toronto FC's record right now and say, hey, they didn't need the Italians? TFC was missing a lot of prime talent on that roster. But then what I've been harping probably the last, 4 or 5 weeks, even as I was trying to hold out hope and saying that I think Toronto FC can make the playoffs. They have a chance. Then they got to win this many. I hate when I get to a point where I'm like, hey, they got to win this many games, or they got to win their next 10, or they got to win their next whatever. That's when you know the team's in trouble. And I should have known it from the start. But all I kept saying is no matter what happens this season, I'm going to be thrilled with this team next year because they are that damn good. And they will be that damn good. Now, this offseason is going to be huge for them. They got some holes they need to address. They need to shore up the defense. They probably need another midfielder. They need a new keeper. They cannot move forward with Alex Bono if they expect to be successful in the future. But this TFC team has a chance. This TFC team has a chance to be good for a long, long time. And I think with the pieces they have in place, with a good offseason, this time next year, we're not going to be talking about playoff chances. We're going to be talking about them winning the East. Now, there's 4 games remaining in the season. Don't get hung up on points. There's 12 points on the table. Yes, anything can happen. There's still an outside chance that they're going to make the playoffs. It's improbable. I think it's impossible, but we'll call it improbable for you hopefuls out there. Because I don't think that TFC is going to make the playoffs. You shouldn't think TFC is going to make the playoffs. I think what you need to do is sit back and enjoy the next 4 games and just imagine where we're going to be this time next year. It's that simple.